Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So today we will start a new chapter that is very important chapter and interesting also. So today's chapter is congruency of a triangle. So before going to the main topic, that is congruency of a triangle, we first discuss what is congruency. What is congruency? Figures that are congruent when they have same size and same shape. Okay, so which figures are congruent? Figures that have same size and same shape. Okay, now there are many examples of congruent figure. Suppose you have two bangles of same size. Now these two bangles will be congruent to each other. Okay, why? Because they are of same size and same shape. Okay, now if there is a bangle of a size 26 and there is another bangle of the same size 26, will this be congruent? No, this will not be congruent because though they are of same size but not in same shape. So two bangles of same size and same shape will be congruent. Another example, suppose there is a photograph of yours and you make two copies of it. Two copies of it, same size. Okay. Then these two copies will be called congruent. Now, if you have a passport size photograph and a stamp size photograph of yours, will these be congruent to each other? No, that are not of same shape. So these two photographs are not identical. So these are not congruent. Now let's take another example. Suppose you have two 5 rupee coin. These two coins will also be congruent to each other because they are of same size and same shape. So we have various kind of examples maintaining this condition that are of same size and same shape. That two figures will be called congruent. Now let's go into the main topic, that is congruency of a triangle. So what is congruency of a triangle? Two triangles are said to be congruent if the sides and the angles of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angles of the other triangle. This term is very important for congruency of a triangle. That is, two triangles, there will be two triangles, and that two triangle will be said to be congruent to each other if the sides and the angles of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, so now we will draw the figures, right? So let there be a triangle like this and triangle like this. It's A, B, C and it's P, Q, R. Okay, now if I say that from triangle ABC and from triangle PQR, side AB is equal to the corresponding side of the PQR, PQ. AB is equal to the corresponding side PQ of the triangle PQR. BC is equal to the side corresponding side QR, and AC is equal to the corresponding side of the triangle PQR, that is PR. So what did I say? AB will be equal to PQ, BC will be equal to QR and AC will be equal to PR. And the angle A will be equal to P, corresponding angles. Angle B will be equal to Q, corresponding angles, and angle C will be equal to R, that is also corresponding angle of this triangle. So here it is said that angle A, that is BAC, will be equal to angle P, that is QPR. Angle B, that is ABC, will be equal to angle Q, that is PQR. And angle C, that is BCA, will be equal to angle R, that is QRP. So here these three corresponding sides are equal and these three corresponding angles are equal. So in this case we get three pair of equal sides and three pair of equal angles, right? If this condition satisfies, then these two triangles will be called congruent. That means if we rotate this triangle like this and place here, it will also be PQR equal to ABC. If we flip this, that means we flip this triangle like this. Let's, here is a mirror, then it will also place on PQR. And if we slide ABC to PQR, it will also put on the triangle. So if I rotate this, it will become this triangle. If I flip this, it will become this triangle. And if we slide this, it will become this triangle. Why is it so? Because these two triangles are congruent to each other. That means all three sides of ABC will be equal to all three corresponding sides of PQR, and all three angles of ABC will be equal to all three corresponding angles of PQR. If this condition satisfied, then these two triangles will be called congruent to each other. And what is the sign of congruency? The sign of congruency is something like this. So we can write triangle ABC is congruent to the triangle PQR. Always remember that. And for this, these three pair of side and these three pair of angles has to be equal. Now if I ask you whether two triangles are congruent or not, if I give you two triangles and ask you to prove that whether these two triangles are congruent or not, then it is not necessary to prove that three sides of the triangles of one triangles is equal to the corresponding sides of the other triangle, or three angles of one triangle is equal to the corresponding three angles of the other triangle. It is not necessary to prove all these things to get whether these two triangles are congruent or not. Now there are various kinds of shortcuts to prove the congruency of a triangle. So let's discuss some shortcuts of proving congruency of a triangle. Now, one of the shortcuts to prove whether two triangles are congruent to each other is known as SAS congruency. Now, what is the full form of SAS? That is side angle side congruency. So here it is a shortcut to prove whether two triangles are congruent to each other. Now what is SAS congruency? Two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of one triangle, always remember this term, included angle of one triangle are equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. Okay, so two triangles will be congruent to each other if two sides and the concluded angle of one triangle will be equal to the two sides and the concluded angle of the other triangle. Then that two triangle will be known as congruent triangles. So let's draw the figure here. Suppose there is a triangle like this. A, B, C. Okay, there is a triangle like this, and here is the angle B. Now, if I draw a line PQ equal to AB and an angle B equal to, here it is PQ, and an angle B equal to Q, and an angle Q equal to B, and another side QR that will be equal to BC, QR that will be equal to BC, AB is equal to PQ, B is equal to Q, and BC is equal to QR, then there is only one possible way to complete this triangle, that is drawing PR. Now, since AB is equal to PQ and BC is equal to QR and their concluded angle B is equal to Q, then these two triangles will be congruent to each other. Why it is? Because by this side angle side congruency, we get to know this. Now, remember one thing, this congruency, that is SAS congruency, is not a theorem. It is an axiom. Now, what is the difference between a theorem and an axiom? It is axiom, that means we know this is true. There is no need to prove this. We take this as granted that it is true for all the triangles. And by using this axiom, we prove the theorems, right? So this is the difference between axiom and theorem, and SAS congruency is an axiom, and by applying this, we will prove the other theorems of congruency. So that's all for SAS congruency. So there is a triangle like this, ABC. Here it's 2 centimeter, it's 5 centimeter, and it's suppose 45 centimeter. Now, if I draw another triangle like this, we draw it as 2 centimeter, and here we draw a 45 centimeter angle and produce it up to 5 centimeter. Then by joining these 2 points, we will get to congruent triangle. No need to calculate this, no need to measure this side, because by SAS congruency, we can say that when two sides of a triangle and their concluded angle is equal to the corresponding side, two sides of another triangle and the concluded angle, then that two triangle will be congruent to each other. So by SAS congruency, we can easily say this. So that's all for today. I hope you understood what I have taught you today. Thank you.